If you are looking for motivation to take action, do something great, this is your sign. Because greatness always begins where comfort ends. We often talk about comfort zones, right? Like things that we can do better, things that we can improve. But I've never heard anybody talk about the opposite of a comfort zone. I'm sure they exist, but I haven't heard them. So let me introduce you to the concept of discomfort expansion. I'm the founder of a center where our mission is to unlock human potential. I've had the opportunity to work with some of the most successful entrepreneurs, celebrities, professional athletes in the world. And one thing that all of them have in common is their ability and willingness to expand their circle of discomfort. They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, the definition of genius is doing the same thing that everybody else is afraid to do. The thing that you really want to do, but you're too scared to do it, that's what makes you you. That's what makes you stand out from everybody else. And so if you want to be more successful, if you want to be happier, if you want to make a bigger impact on the world, then you need to learn how to expand your circle of discomfort. So here are some ideas. No. 1. Stop relying on autopilot. Okay, we often rely on habits, and we think that these habits are going to get us to success, but oftentimes these habits are actually keeping us stuck. If you want to break free, if you want to be extraordinary, you need to start living on purpose. And that means making a conscious decision every single day about who you want to be and what you want to do. No. 2. Be willing to step outside of your routine. Now, I love routines. I'm a creature of habit. But sometimes in order to grow, in order to change, you need to break the routine. In fact, this is why vacations are so important. We go somewhere else.
No.
We change up our environment because it forces us to step outside of our routine. It allows us to come back refreshed and re-inspired. Okay. If you're feeling stuck, try changing things up. Try doing something new. Go somewhere else. Just change things up a little bit. No. 3. Push past your excuses. We all make excuses. It's easy to blame other people for our problems. It's easy to point the finger and say, well, this is the reason why I queue and do it, or this is the reason why I do and have it, or this is the reason why I am not successful. But the truth is, success is rarely easy. People that you admire, they didn't become successful by making excuses. They became successful by pushing past their excuses. No. For practice saying yes to new opportunities. Now, when I first started my career, I was so scared to say yes to things. I was like, oh my God, what if I mess it up? What if I can't deliver? But the truth is, I realized that if I wasn't willing to say yes to the opportunities that came my way, then I would never get the chance to say yes to the right one. And that's what happens. Once you say yes to one thing, another door opens. And if you say no, then that door will close and you might not get that opportunity again. No. 5. Ask for help. I think we tend to be very, very independent. But the truth is, nobody has all the answers. Nobody knows everything there is to know about any subject. Sometimes we just need a little bit of help. Asking for help doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you stronger because it allows you to leverage the strengths of other people. Everybody you meet, they have different skills, they have different talents. Leverage those strengths, ask for help, and use it to your advantage. No. 6. Set healthy boundaries. Oftentimes we feel guilty about setting boundaries. But if you don't set boundaries with other people, you're doing an injustice to yourself because you're allowing other people to dictate your life. And that's not fair to you. You need to make sure that you're re-putting your own oxygen mask on first before you re-helping other people. That way you can show up for other people without resentment. And I think that that's really important. No. 7. Embrace discomfort and see it as a sign that you're growing. I used to hate the uncomfortable conversations. I used to avoid them at all costs. But now I look for them. I look for them because I know that growth happens outside of my comfort zone. And so, whenever I feel uncomfortable, I say, wow, this must mean I'm learning something. This must mean that I'm expanding my circle of influence. And it's an incredible feeling. No. 8. Develop a tolerance for ambiguity. 8. I think nowadays especially we need to develop a tolerance for ambiguity because there is so much uncertainty in the world. There's so much chaos. And when we see uncertainty, what do we want to do? We want to run from it. But if you can develop a tolerance for ambiguity, if you can develop a tolerance for uncertainty, then you'll be able to thrive in any situation. No. 9. Learn how to say no to the small stuff. When I first started my career, I remember being so busy, so overextended. I was saying yes to everything. I was trying to please everyone, and the problem is I ended up burning myself out. And I realized that it was because I wasn't willing to say no to the small stuff. And so now when I'm faced with the choice of saying yes or no, I say no until I've proven myself wrong. Okay, if I'm not proud of it, I'm not doing it.
Oh.
And number 10, do something every day that scares you. I think this is probably the most important thing on the list, because if you do something every day that scares you, then you're settling for mediocrity. You're settling for the ordinary. But if you want to be extraordinary, if you want to do something great, you need to be willing to push through fear. And once you do it today, it'll be easier tomorrow. And once you do it tomorrow, it'll be easier the next day. Pretty soon it won't be scary at all. You know, I hope that helps. If you liked that video, then check out this other video on dealing with failure. Thanks for watching.